He's pretty mentally weak in the ring. As soon as things don't start going his way,
Yeah,
he starts to crumble, and things aren't going to go his way. So I think
that's
he's
kind
going
of
to
what I
crumble.
see. Yeah.
JakePaul reacted with shock after seeing Gervonta Davis's intense sparring clip surface online. He said that criticism and doubt excite him, making every fight even more thrilling. Jake mentioned his training hard, staying focused, and pushing himself daily confidently. He added that he's wanted to face Tank for a long time, and now that it's happening, he truly believes he can beat him.
Stand on business and
Yeah.
say the
I
other person's
mean,
gonna win. I like it.
So when
It makes it fun.
when he lay your boy out, you know what I mean?
He's my boy too.
I
I
mean,
love Mike.
I mean, Mike will move from this side to this side without you knowing exactly at which.
Showbiz, the adult, reacted strongly to critics claiming that Gervonta Tank Davis accepted the Jake Paul fight only for money. He argued that the situation is far deeper than people think. According to Jake, the fight contract includes a special knockout bonus, completely shifting the motivation behind this bout if such a huge bonus exists. Tank will push himself to the limit, refusing to risk being the one knocked out. This fight isn't just about pride anymore, it's about money, legacy, and proving. Dominant Showbiz emphasized that critics are overlooking the psychological aspect. Tank is a proud fighter, and the idea of being stopped by a YouTuber-turned boxer is unacceptable to him. For Tank, his reputation and legacy mean far more than any paycheck. Showbiz believes that this pride, combined with the added incentive of the knockout bonus, makes a fight even more explosive. He concluded that when critics dismiss it as a payday grab, they fail to see the emotional and mental drive behind it. This clash isn't just business, it's personal, and both men now have something much bigger at stake.
Told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what JakePaul said.
They're going to get a big, big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million.
Let's make it two.
Y'all gonna shake on it?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
Shake $1 million.
$2 mil?
2 mil?
2 mil. Let's do
2
it.
mil. Go get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking left here.
2 mil.
There we go.
Oh, my fuck.
Why not get the entire bag? Whenever I got good food on my plate, I clean the plate. There is no reason to bull jive. Hold on. Let me, because I'm going to play some Marvel Rivals. Let me get all this together. I'm going to be playing some Marvel Rivals later. Hold on, let me get my black. Two sugars, no cream. And yes, no cream, because I'm fired up today. I got on the scale today and I'm 209 pounds. Okay, you guys know that I'm on the fitness journey. I'm showing you guys my video journal. And I started at 217 pounds when I started all this 12 days ago. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing faint abs. Hold on, the faint abs. Woo! The faint abs! The faint abs! The faint abs! I'm telling you, it'll be back. I will be back. I'm on my Terminator shit. And when I'm done, I'm going to tell you guys my secret and exactly how I did it. I'm talking about step by step, everything. I'm going to be in great shape like I was. When I turned 45 and all the gray in the beard, I was just like, it ain't over, bro. It ain't over. Hold on. Let me. Ooh. Dr. Doom. Okay. All right. But listen, a lot of you guys calling this a fake fight and all this shit. I'm going to quote one of you in the war room. I forgot, one of my show business partners said, was it Justin Hill? I forgot who it was. You guys said, something like, and if I misquote you, I'm sorry, but it was dope. You said something like, if this is a fake fight, it definitely has real consequences. I keep telling you guys, man, if it goes on their real record or not, whatever it is, you know what you saw. It's just like Ryan Garcia versus Devin the American Dream Haney. Devin Haney is still undefeated, but we know what we saw. You cannot erase what we saw. If Jake Paul knocks out Tank Davis, there's some real circumstances. The shit goes viral, and I'm going to lose $10,000. Jake Paul isn't just going to win in this exhibition, but he's also going to get a knockout bonus and an extra $2 million.
Technically wrong with Gervonta Tank Davis taking a fight with JakePaul. It's his career and his choice. However, Garcia believes the timing is off. He explained that legends like Mayweather, Tyson, and Pacquiao only turn to exhibition-style bouts after securing their legacies and multiple world titles. Tank, he argued, hasn't reached that stage yet. Fans still expect him to take on the kind of defining fights that cement greatness. Battles against names like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. Garcia emphasized that the issue isn't the fight itself, but what it symbolizes. Instead of strengthening his boxing legacy through elite competition, Tank appears to be taking a shortcut with a flashy matchup that feels more like entertainment than a true challenge. Garcia added that Tank has a talent to earn respect the right way, through grit and competition, not spectacle. In his eyes, this fight feels premature, a distraction from the path to true greatness rather than a meaningful step.
The contest before something like that, but I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing, that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted, never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just JakePaul, I would have asked. I would do the same.
No one would say no to that. Right?
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20-30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many belts he won or who he.
Thor, the boxer, offered a blunt and unapologetic take on the situation. He mocked those who say they are simply happy for Gervonta Tank Davis making money, arguing that they are missing the real point. Tank isn't broke. He's already one of the highest paid fighters of his generation. Fans, Bernie said, don't tune in to celebrate paychecks. They care about competition excitement and legacy. True boxing followers want to see skill, rivalry, and greatness in the ring, not financial success stories. Bernie pointed out that the real storyline fans care about is what happens in meaningful matchups, like if Lamont Roach defeats Isaac Pitbull Cruz. That kind of result would actually shake the division and raise real questions about Tank's place among the elite. For Bernie, Tank needs real fights that challenge him and strengthen his legacy. Money-driven bouts like this one with JakePaul might fill his wallet, but they don't fill the record books in the eyes of true boxing fans. It's legacy, not luxury, that ultimately defines greatness.
Match with Tank, and it's I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. It's starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, I mean, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? I mean, don't you think that people would want to see, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No, I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people like to see finished business. They don't want to leave it unfinished. And that's what the intrigue is. They want people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking much for a fight. Everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money? Is we bidding there for the fucking money? Is he going to give us some of the money? Are we waiting on him to feed us any bit? No. I want what I want. Fuck that. I'm selfish. I'm a fan. I want to see the fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking circus. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody saying, oh, he get back, who gives a fuck? I hope he do get. He already rich as fuck. He already won 30 million in the last fight or something. He got more money than I'm ever gonna have. I don't give a fuck. I want to see the fights. I'm a fucking boxing fan. I want to see a fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking farce. Fuck. Motherfucker count another motherfucker pockets. They all getting paid. These motherfuckers getting paid millions. Boy, we making how much? 60,000, 40,000 every motherfucking day, going to work 9 hours a day and shit. And then coming home with come on, waiting on income tax and shit like that to get some big bread. Come on, man. I'm talking about the average person.
Roach spoke calmly yet firmly about the controversy surrounding Gervonta Tank Davis' upcoming fight with Jake Paul. He clarified that he doesn't have an issue with Tank taking the fight itself, acknowledging that any boxer would be tempted by such a massive opportunity. However, Roach criticized the way the situation was handled. He revealed that his contract with Tank included a rematch clause, yet Tank went completely silent and instead signed to fight Jake without any notice or discussion. To Roach, that showed a lack of professionalism and respect between fighters. He admitted that he might have made the same decision in Tank's place, but only if everything had been done openly and correctly. What truly frustrates him isn't the fighter, it's a lack of transparency. Boxing, Roach emphasized, is built on respect, honesty, and fair competition. When a fighter ignores obligations for the sake of spectacle, it hurts the sport's integrity. Roach believes this move may help Tank financially, but it damages his image and represents a missed chance to show true sportsmanship.
For not executing that rematch, is it safe to say that there was some money given to you because of that?
Money given to me, not necessarily, but
okay.
You know, like I said, those guys took good care of me. Those guys on the other side took care of me. Not him personally and not his team personally, right. But you know,
but somebody made it right for that rematch not happening.
Kinda, you could say that. Yeah,
kinda. I understand. I don't understand the position you're in, but from the outside looking in, you had a phenomenal performance against arguably one of the best fighters, you know, top 10 pound for pound fighters in Tank, which many didn't believe it would happen. So you want the opportunity to get back and you know, I guess get the victory. But can you really, honestly, putting yourself in Tank's shoes, be upset with taking advantage of the opportunity to fight Jake Paul? Reportedly, there's about $40 million that he's going to get paid. Now, I don't know this to be, you know, accurate, but I'm saying those are the reports, right? If you were in his shoes, wouldn't you do the same thing?
See, now, this is something that I explain and express, and I hope everybody gets. That opportunity is an opportunity that you probably cannot pass up. But it's about how you handle it. It's about how you go about it. A lot of people don't know that he actually exercised his rights to the rematch, so that contractually binds us to a fight. You cannot breach that unless you do what you have to do to handle the business, to be like, okay, well, we mutually agree to let you move on or swindle.
Jake Paul defends his matchup by clarifying that it's not an exhibition like Mayweather versus Logan Paul. It's a legitimate sanctioned boxing match. He emphasizes that real judges will be scoring it and a real winner will be declared, making this bout far from a staged spectacle. Jake proudly mentions the knockout bonus, describing it as massive motivation for both fighters. He says he thrives on moments where people doubt him, where critics predict he'll fail, because it only fuels his determination. Jake is not treating this fight as a money grab. He's treating it as his biggest career moment. To him, the knockout bonus isn't just financial, it's symbolic. It means putting his confidence and hard work to the test against one of boxing's most dangerous names. Jake insists that he's been training harder than ever and that he fully believes in himself.
In the list you made years and years ago, Gervonta Davis is on the list. Yeah, exactly. It's all manifestation, and it's a very powerful thing. And yeah, I think people don't dream big or set massive aspirational goals and then also put the work in. I think that's the other thing, is like, I'm still doing sprints and track work and bench press and squats and all of these things for the sport of boxing. So when I transition to NFL, I'm going to have a lot of that natural explosiveness and power from the past 6 years of training every day.
Ryan Garcia doesn't hold back when expressing his opinion on the situation. He believes Jake Paul's fight is a calculated publicity stunt meant to keep him in the spotlight rather than uplift the sport of boxing. Having his own rivalry with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Garcia claims Tank accepted the fight for the paycheck, not the challenge. According to Ryan, real fighters chase legacy, not fame or money, and this matchup focuses more on hype than true competition.
Jake Paul versus Tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's talking about it. It's a whole thing. A lot of people liked it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you first saw that it was a thing?
It pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah, why?
It's just disappointing on mainly Jake's end. You know, we're not falling for the Disney Channel bit no more. We're not falling for you're not a fighter no more. We're not falling for that. You know, you're ranked as a cruiserweight and you're out here trying to fight a lightweight. And then on top of it, you were just talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. That doesn't make no sense. And, you know, I just felt like it was a disgrace to boxing and kind of it was not a good move by Jake Paul. You know, I understand people saying, you know, Gervonta got to go get his money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about the sport, bro. We're not talking about, oh, you got to get that money, bro. Yeah, but everybody's open to criticism. That's the whole point of this media shit.
Right.
That's why they talk about basketball players. They don't talk about, well, LeBron's making too much. Nobody cares, bro. If LeBron's missing the shot, he's missing the fucking shot. So at the end of the day, bro, I just thought it was a disgrace to the sport. Because on one end, you know, you got the casuals, right? The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter. Yeah. And to me, that's just it's tricking the public, and it's kind of bullshit, bro, at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, if Gervonta was Jake Paul's size, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. There probably wouldn't even be a fight.
Sean Porter shares a balanced yet critical perspective on Jake Paul's boxing rise. He admits Jake has achieved something notable by bringing legitimate fighters into the ring, but argues that most of those matchups are driven by money rather than mutual respect. Porter points out that many opponents view Jake as a business opportunity, not a true rival. While acknowledging Jake's improvement in skill, discipline, and conditioning, Porter stresses that respect in boxing isn't earned through fame or fortune. It comes from years of testing yourself against elite competition. Real admiration, he explains, is built on legacy, heart, and perseverance, qualities that take time, struggle, and dedication to prove inside the ring, not outside of it.
I like when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. Yeah. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. And that's the problem with this sport. It's like what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy. But people getting paid off of it. Yeah. So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not. I got no. I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other
boxing fan Earthquake gives a funny yet insightful take on Jake Paul's physical disadvantage. He jokes that big, muscular fighters may look scary at first, but that strength fades fast once the bell rings or rhythm slows. Their arms feel heavier and stamina quickly becomes their worst enemy. Earthquake warns that this could be Jake's biggest problem against Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Jake's larger frame gives him power, but Tank's superior timing, footwork, and ring IQ could make him miss and tire out early. He explains that muscles don't win fights once fatigue sets in. Technique, patience, and composure do. Earthquake predicts Jake might start strong with heavy punches, but as the rounds go on, Tank's endurance and calmness will shift the momentum. In his signature humorous style, he reminds fans that boxing isn't a bodybuilding contest, it's about rhythm, balance, and conditioning. At the end of the day, it's a fighter with lungs, skill, and heart who truly lasts.
Well, you're a boxing fan?
Totally.
Okay. Tank Davis and Jake Paul in November. According to betonline.ag, Jake Paul is the underdog at plus 139. Gervonta Davis is the favorite at minus 180. So he's the favorite almost 2-1.
Right.
What do you think will happen in this ring?
I don't know, but Tank should beat him. Tank should beat him, but Tank is smaller. And usually in boxing, you take the bigger man, but then again, Terrence Crawford killed that when he beat Canelo.
They were the same weight.
Yeah, they were
at the time.
Weight
well,
at
no,
the time.
Maybe a little bit different after they rehydrated, but they weighed in at the same weight. There's a 30-pound difference between Gervonta and Jake Paul. Jake Paul had to lose like 30 pounds to get down to like 195. And Gervonta, I think, is like 160.
Gervonta all the way up to 160?
Well, hold on. Gervonta.
160?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. No. 133.8.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, he 133.
It's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yes.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.